but nearly 2,000 years, to the bustling ancient port city of Ostia Antica, right at the doorstep of Rome. For centuries, this city was the lifeblood of the Roman Empire, a melting pot of cultures, goods, and ideas. And just when archaeologists thought they had a pretty good handle on its story, Ostia has revealed another incredible secret, one that rewrites a significant chapter of its history. Imagine this, a team of archaeologists from the University of Catania working alongside the Ostia Antica Archaeological Park are carefully digging. They're expecting to find the usual suspects for a port city, maybe some old warehouses, remnants of a dock, or commercial buildings. That's what the historical maps and previous findings would suggest. But as they clear away the layers of earth and time, something entirely unexpected begins to emerge. It's not a warehouse. It's a house, a Roman domus, and a rather luxurious one at that. As the team meticulously uncovers more of the structure, the picture becomes clearer and more dazzling. They find stunning black and white mosaic floors depicting intricate geometric patterns that were the height of fashion in the late Roman Empire. Faded but beautiful frescoes adorn the walls, hinting at the wealth and taste of the original owners. They uncover a well-equipped kitchen, latrines, and even 2 large ovens, suggesting the household was a hub of activity, perhaps even producing food for sale. It was clearly a residence of some importance, but it was a small, unassuming feature that would ultimately change everything, a small immersion pool tucked away within the complex. At first glance, it might have been mistaken for a simple part of a private bathhouse, a common feature in wealthy Roman homes. But as the experts examined it more closely, its specific design raised questions. It had steps leading down into it, and its size and shape were very particular. Could it be something more? After careful study and consultation with experts on ancient Jewish history, the stunning conclusion was reached. This wasn't just any pool, this was a mikveh, a Jewish ritual bath used for purification ceremonies. And its discovery here in this specific context is nothing short of revolutionary. So what makes this discovery so significant? First, its age. Radiocarbon dating and analysis of the surrounding pottery and building materials place this mikveh in the late 4th or early 5th century CE. This makes it the oldest known mikveh to be discovered outside of Israel. It's a direct, tangible link to an ancient Jewish community living and practicing their faith right in the heart of the Roman world, centuries earlier than previously confirmed by such structures in Europe. We already knew about the synagogue in Ostia, which is one of the oldest in the diaspora, dating back to the 1st century CE. But finding a mikveh inside a private, luxurious home tells a much more personal and intimate story. It shows that Jewish life in Ostia wasn't just confined to a public place of worship. It was deeply integrated into the domestic sphere, into the daily lives of its people. The family that lived in this magnificent house was not only wealthy and well-established in Roman society, but they were also devoutly practicing their Jewish faith, maintaining their traditions in private. Let's take a closer look at the mikveh itself. For a pool to be a kosher mikveh, it has to meet specific requirements outlined in Jewish law. It must contain a certain volume of water and, most importantly, be filled with naturally sourced water, like rainwater or water from a spring or river that has flowed directly into the pool, not been manually carried in buckets. The archaeologists believe this Ostia mikveh was likely fed by a channel connected to a nearby aqueduct which would have satisfied this requirement. The presence of steps leading into the water is also a classic feature, allowing for full immersion. The careful construction of this pool to meet these religious laws within a Roman-style home is a powerful testament to the family's commitment. This discovery paints a vivid picture of a thriving, confident Jewish community in late antique Ostia. These weren't people living on the fringes of society. The owner of this domus was clearly a person of means and status. They could afford lavish mosaics and a large, well-appointed home in a prime location. Yet they prioritized their religious identity, carving out a sacred space within their private residence. This challenges the old, simplistic narratives of constant persecution and marginalization. While those were certainly realities for many Jewish communities throughout history, the Ostia Mikveh reveals a more complex and nuanced story of integration, prosperity, and cultural persistence. Think about the world at that time. The late 4th and early 5th centuries were a period of immense change. The Roman Empire was in a state of flux, and Christianity was on the rise, having become the state religion. In this shifting landscape, the Jewish community of Ostia was not just surviving, they were flourishing. They were merchants, traders, and respected citizens who were an integral part of the city's cosmopolitan fabric. This house stands as a monument to that reality. It shows us a family that was, in many ways, typically Roman in their lifestyle, enjoying the comforts and aesthetics of the time while simultaneously holding fast to their unique Jewish heritage and religious practices. The excavation site, which the team has nicknamed the House of the Trapezoids because of the shape of one of the mosaic patterns, is still yielding secrets. The presence of 2 large ovens is particularly intriguing. Were they used for baking bread for a large household? Or, given the context, could they have been used for baking matzah for Passover? This is a tantalizing possibility that researchers are currently exploring. Every artifact, from the shards of pottery to the layout of the rooms, adds another piece to the puzzle of who these people were and how they lived. This discovery isn't just important for Jewish history, it's a vital piece of Roman history. It enriches our understanding of Ostia Antica itself. The city wasn't just a place of commerce and Roman temples, it was a true metropolis where different faiths and cultures coexisted. The evidence from this domus shows a level of religious diversity and private observance that we often don't get to see so clearly in the archaeological record. It's a powerful reminder that history is made up of individual lives and personal choices, not just grand imperial decrees. The team at the University of Catania deserves immense credit for their meticulous work. Instead of finding what they expected, they kept an open mind and followed the evidence, leading them to this groundbreaking conclusion. Their work continues, and who knows what other secrets are still buried beneath the soil of Ostia Antica. Each discovery like this one doesn't just add a new fact to a textbook, it brings the past to life, allowing us to connect with the people who walked these streets, lived in these homes, and held on to their beliefs nearly 2 millennia ago. It's a beautiful and profound story of faith and resilience, hidden in plain sight, just waiting to be told. What an incredible find, right? It just goes to show that history is a living field, constantly being updated with new discoveries that challenge our assumptions.